Alright guys, one of the things I wanted to tell you guys so you don't make the same mistake that I did when it comes to the shifters. I actually had a shifter at home. I had the donor car, so of course I got a tranny from the 2003. I got everything I needed from the 2003, but I had this shifter at home, so I basically said I didn't need a shifter. This shifter is from the 2009 Nissan Altima. So this kind of derailed and slowed me down with my process. I actually had to go find a 2003 shifter. As you can see the difference between the shifters. This one will have all this mechanism on here. I think these are about the same length. This is actually changed a little bit different. Part of the issue when I tried to put this in is the front end of this one is a little bit different. It went further in. The holes would line up, but this was different. And when I try to put, if I have it locked in and I put this in the gear, I was hitting up against my radio. As you can see in the shifters, this one have a curve, this one is straight. So, highly recommend you don't make the same mistake that I did, because again, this cost me about a week trying to find this shifter. So now I'm back in business. I kind of got derailed and didn't want to actually continue the process until I find a shifter. So just got it in the mail. Thanks to NIS Performance down in the Carolinas, they actually had one in stock. So I purchased it from them and I actually received it today. So I'm excited. I'll continue the build and more to come. All right, folks, this is a custom bracket. So you don't have to cut off your engine mount for the 3.5 swap. So I'm gonna try to install this and see how that works. All right, guys, back it in again. Just putting the cables in. So you can see, cut the hole out. So I just stick the cables in. Put it through the passenger side initially. Please don't make the same mistake I did. I tried to bring it down on the driver's side. It's causing too much tension on there. So I came in. As you can see the light in the back, that's outside of the car. So I snaked the wires through the top. I just moved the carpet up over here, which I gotta push back down a little. Snake it here, bring it around this way. It's actually easier to come in. And just bring it straight down to the middle, in between my two vents. Easy connection. When I did it last night, I was getting frustrated. I actually brought it from the driver's side, but then tried to push it on top of the harness by the computer. It was very tight on that side, and of course there's a bracket there that's stopping it from from moving across. If I could zoom in. What am I seeing here? If you can see the bracket in the back that holds the harness, that's what was stopping it from moving on the driver's side. So if you come from the passenger side, you see the amount of clearance that you have. So got it all squared away, buttoned up. So I'm just gonna close up the front, connect the cables here, and next out will be installing the tranny. So excuse the ants nest back here with wires. I gotta figure out my system and I'm putting that back together. I unplugged some shit, but I don't know where the hell it goes, but who the hell cares? I'll have 6 speed at the end of the day. It is what it is. Could always get the system rewired. Alright, out for now, folks. Alright guys, back at it again. Continuing to the 6-speed swap. I have the tranny in now. Everything is in. If this light is any good. I'm not sure how well you can see. I'm not sure if you can see it that good well. Cables run through there. I did some dynomat around it. I did put 2 screws in, hold it in tight, did some silicone around it anyway, and then put some dynamite around it to ensure I don't get no noise from outside or anything in there. Shifters are in. I did get a new speed sensor for my car so it can plug right back up. right here. The reverse and neutral switch, I didn't have the pigtail from the donor car, so I actually used back mine. I just cut off the one off to the 6-speed and just joined the wires in, just line it up in the direction that they bolt in, and I just used back my regular, where the hell did this tape come from? My regular my original plug. So I just cut theirs off and wire it back up. Just strapped it up there. I already had the steel braided brake line in, which again would be a good idea to upgrade it while you're in here, get it done one time. When that everything is in, I'll update, put a link in the bio. My homeboy that actually built these mounts made it a bracket, so I didn't actually have to cut this off, so he made a bracket for it. Did a little bit of modification on it. A little bit more mods could have been done. I used it a solid mount, which kind of make this one be off, but everything else is bolted up to the tranny good. I did put a couple spacers in between here to fill up the space, and this mount is actually from a Nissan Sentra. So my boy actually built these brackets. I'll put his info in there so you guys can reach out to him. No longer need to cut off that if you're doing this swap in the 4th gen. So it mounts it pretty well, no issues. I just had to widen up the holes a little bit, and then I'm good. The only one that didn't mount up is the one to the front, as I said, which is fine because it goes under the bracket. It's not going anywhere, and I have solid mounts all the way around, so there's going to be no movement. I just had to order a starter. Let's get that starter by 4 o'clock, put it in. All left for me to do now is put in the fluid in the gearbox and just button up on the inside, but I probably won't button up the inside until I take it for a test drive. Just gotta connect the shifter and then I'm all done with the inside. Everything else is done. I'll leave all of this out until I'm complete, but just about finished. Should take it for a ride probably later on today or tomorrow. But that's where we are, folks. Getting there. I tried the 2020 starter. It actually it's almost the same thing, but it has the same groove cuts in it. This actually reached the flywheel without an issue, but it just had a little space at the bottom here. So I said, you know what, now let me just get the right starter and be done. So this actually came with the motor, so just have that laid around. But we're getting there, guys. Almost finished. I'm gonna swap out my headlights. They're all beat up. These are aftermarket headlights, so I actually bought another pair and got them, put some clear on them with a little bit of black in the clear. So actually once I put them in, I'll show them to you guys. Once I'm done, I'll just clean up the engine. So right now I'm just going to button back up everything up top, and all I'll be waiting for now is just a starter. So I'm just going to put everything, reassemble everything on the top, and it'll be good to go. All right, guys, more to come. Take you on a test drive once I put it back together.